Hello, my name is Sally Gimmon, and I am the owner of thetrustisyou.com and a brand new podcast called Stop Paying Capital Gains Now. The reason I am doing this is because I want to teach as many people to save on their federal taxes legally with a spendthrift trust. So what's going to be happening is I'm going to describe what the spendthrift trust is, and then there's two: the business trust for a 1099 income, and then the Beneficial Spendthrift Trust for investors. So again, my name is Sally Gimmon. The website is thetrustisyou.com. And my new podcast is Stop Paying Capital Gains Now. I have 14 podcasts out there, so I hope you will listen to it and like it. Now, I want to give you the full name of this trust so you guys can look this up and know that this is a legal patent document. The full name is Irrevocable, Complex, Discretionary, Non-Grantor Spendthrift Trust. So let me go over each word. Irrevocable means it goes from generation to generation. Garrett Gunderson has a book out there. It was called What the Rockefellers Do. Now it's called What the Millionaires Do. The Rockefeller family has this same exact trust, so do US presidents. The Rockefellers call their trust the office. It is 7 generations old, and there's over 400 people in each under the same EIN number, but doing their own things. So if it's good enough for the Rockefellers and US presidents, this trust is good enough for y'all too, and for me. So irrevocable, complex. Complex means this trust can hold money from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, decade to decade. 97% of the trusts in the United States are just like what my mom and dad had, is to avoid probate or going through court when my parents pass away. What Susie Orman talks about on PBS, that's considered a trust just to avoid probate. This trust I'm talking about is for the 1%ers of the United States, the US presidents and Rockefellers, and this is a very specialized trust. This ain't your mom and dad's trust. So again, this trust can hold money for decades. That's irrevocable, complex, discretionary. Discretionary says that whoever is the trustee or trustees, they get to make the rules for all the beneficiaries. I am the trustee for my family trust. For both the business trust and the beneficial trust, I have not made any crazy rules. But I do have a couple who own 5 apartment buildings in California. Their daughter is involved in drugs and alcohol, so they're requiring her to live in one of the apartments for free. They're requiring her to do 4 random drug tests to try to get her off drugs and alcohol. She took mom and dad to court in California. The judge looked at the paperwork and he goes, "Sweetheart, I have two ways for you to do this. Number 1, do the 4 random drug tests and live rent free. Number 2, move out and find your own apartment." She's not happy with her parents, but guess who does the 4 random drug tests? So that's going to be irrevocable, complex, discretionary, non-grantor. This makes the trust 100% private and your information will not be released. With the non-grantor, it's a form that somebody fills out. There cannot be your beneficiary, and they should not be somebody who you invest with. Someone fills out the form and signs their name and signs away. When I set up both the business trust and the beneficial trust, I asked a family friend, Roy, to do this for me. What met him for lunch, bought for lunch. He had to sign his name 17 times. Personally, I should have chosen a better person. Unfortunately, Roy had arthritis of his hands. He had to sign his name 17 times. If you have trouble finding someone to be a non-grantor, I work on the behalf of a law firm. I can do this for you, or somebody from the law firm can do it for you free of charge. Again, you'll need their social security number, and they just sign a few lines and sign away. It makes this trust completely private. It's not difficult, but people get hung up on this the most. So irrevocable, complex, discretionary, non-grantor, and the 5th word, spendthrift. This is in the US Tax Code. If you want to look this up, the US Tax Code is 643B like boy. 643B like boy. So this is in the tax code. It has gone in front of the Supreme Court twice. Both times the Supreme Court says that the trust can be its own entity, enter into contracts, do business on its behalf, and everything else. So this trust is a very specialized trust. All 5 elements have to be satisfied to be this trust. The law firm I work on behalf of, it's patented, it's legal, and it's in the US Tax Code. They have the patent on this trust. There are trusts out there that don't have the patent. That's why I am so proud to be a representative to the law firm on this trust. Now, people say, where's this come from? Why is this happening? This all started back in Church of England. This all started back in England when King Henry VIII started the Church of England. You know, he was chopping off all his wife's heads. He decided he's going to start the Church of England. He wanted to tax the lords and ladies of England to pay for his church. The lords and ladies went back to the Magna Carta to write up the trust. This comes from contract law from England, and this is on the federal level. When you have a irrevocable, complex, discretionary, non-guarantor spendthrift trust, the only taxes you'll be filing are the 1041 taxes. If you have no other LLCs, S corps, or C corps, you just file a 1041 tax paperwork. The first year we have a team that helps you with this. You're going to have a whole team working with you to get into the trust, and we have somebody who will file the taxes for you, free of charge for your first year on the 1041. Now, talking about this, the business trust is for 1099 income. I have 3 businesses in there. Sally Sells Silver. I have my silver coins. I do Exodus Elite. I sell online education. And then I also do Novatech. That's in the business trust. Both trusts are going to save you federal taxes, keep your information private, and keep you from any judgments in case you get sued. Now let's talk about the beneficial trust. What I like about the beneficial trust, it saves you in 5 ways. Number 1, capital gains. Capital gains, I'm going to read the statement to you, so please forgive me for reading it from a place, but this is actually from the IRS tax tip 2003-29, and this is what the IRS says is a capital gain. Almost everything you own and use for personal purpose, pleasure, or investment is a capital asset. Talk about super, super wide. So there's 2 different capital gains. Short-term capital gains are when you do something less than a year. If you wholesale, if you fix and flip, or anything else. True story about me, I started looking into this back in July of 2020. I took down the deal of the week in my real estate group. It was a bank-owned reverse mortgage house in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. I was in Phoenix. This is in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. I bought it for $20,000, had to pay the bank $20,000, and my name would not be put onto the contract until the house went to auction. Guess what? July 2020, we're in the middle of COVID. My name did not get onto the contract until August 2021, and then when it did go to auction, it sold for over $64,000 at auction. Yay, Sally! To give you the right price, it sold for $64,329. Because of that one real estate deal, I saved over $15,300 on that one real estate deal. That's a lot of money. That's short-term capital gains. So again, when you go out to thetrustisisyou.com, there's a free PDF to download. You're going to see the slides. It's going to show you what I did in 2021 and half of 2022 of how much money I've saved in capital gains so far. So just to give you an idea, I have saved over $60,000 in capital gains legally because I do what's called upset bids here in North Carolina where I wholesale houses and things like that. I have been the money on a fix and flip. I have done other things. With real estate, capital gains get ugly very quickly. Now, long-term capital gains, that's either 15% or 20%. True story for you. I'm on TikTok. Son before Christmas saw one of my videos about capital gains. He showed it to his father. March 15th of 2023, the dad sold his family restaurant, a 42-year-old family restaurant, everything in it, all the food in it, the cutlery, the recipes, everything in it for $3 million. Congratulations. Because he contacted me, the father contacted me, we contacted his business broker. We got the trust set up for him. When he sold it last week, at 15%, he's saving $450,000. Let me say this again, $450,000. At 20%, he's going to save $600,000. Again, $600,000 in capital gains because this restaurant was more than a year old. That's long-term capital gains. True story. I sent them a gift saying congratulations, but thank you for being my client. Last week, the day that it was sold, I knew it was a Kentucky number. I didn't know who it was. I usually don't answer phone numbers that are in my phone. It's his wife, and she was giddy. I don't remember the gentleman who does the TV show Lottery Dream Home. They're moving to Florida, and they're going to buy a 2-bedroom apartment, and they're going to spend the $450,000 for the 2-bedroom apartment because it's their capital gains free home, not Lottery Dream Home, capital gains dream home. So that's long-term capital gains. Now, four other ways that the trust is going to save you money. It's going to be we got capital gains taken care of, interest income, dividend income, and rental rolls. Interest income, dividend income, and rental rolls are taxed 7 different layers between 10% to 37% depending on your tax bracket. I can't tell you what that is. You'll have to tell me. So interest income, true story. One of my clients does what's called the BRRRR strategy. Buy, rehab, refinance, redo. I don't have all the R's. His accountant was charging him interest income because people are paying him interest to live in those houses. We were able to save him $153,000 every year in taxes. Hear that again, $153,000 in 2022, $153,000 in 2023, $153,000 in 2024. He's saving so much money, he quit his part-time job and quit his full-time job, and he's now getting involved in apartment complex things. He's saving so much money. Congratulations to him. That's interest income. I do notes, I get charged interest income. All you FOREX investors out there, listen up, FOREX investors, you get charged 2 ways, interest income and capital gains. This is why you need the Spendthrift Trust. So again, interest income between 10% to 37%, and that's the way it's going to be. And I don't know how to do this, so I can't bring you on live. So again, that's interesting. Dividend income, if you're doing the stock market, if you're doing options trading, if you're doing anything else, again, it's between 10% to 37% year after year you're saving with the Spendthrift Trust. One of my clients, true story, his dad passed away. He inherited his dad's portfolio, kind of a neat portfolio. 100 top dividend paying stocks with 100 shares on each of those stocks. Back in 2001, he got paid the dividends every quarter, and he went on a fantastic vacation every quarter. Then he got his tax bill. He's like, oh boy. So now he did have to do some paperwork. Well, quite honestly, he didn't do the paperwork. His representative at Prudential did the paperwork, had to change all the shares over to the Spendthrift Trust name. Not hard, just a little bit of time consuming, all done on the computer, cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste. He is now saving over $60,000 a year with the Spendthrift Trust. $60,000 in 2022, $60,000 in 2023, $60,000 in 2024. What he's doing with the money he's saving is he's going out and buying one more share of the 100 shares, so then he's going to have 101 shares of the top 100 dividend-paying stocks, then 102 shares, things like that. That's dividend income. Rental rolls. This, I don't care if you're doing short-term rentals, Airbnb, Vrbo, renting to traveling nurses, or if you have long-term rental rolls. This is a true story. One of my clients, he contacted me because he was selling a house. He had held it for 4 years. He was selling it to one of he does rent to own. He saved $16,900 on that house he was selling on capital gains. And then his 7 other houses that he has, he's making over $7,700 a month on the rental rolls. Because he's in the Spendthrift Trust and he's saving the rental rolls, he's saving over $24,000 year after year after year. He's 27 years old. I wish I started real estate investing at 23. I started at 53. I'll be honest. I'm sorry, he's 27. I was 53. So he's going to save $27,000 in 2022. He's going to save $27,000 in 2023 and $27,000 in 2024. What he's doing with that savings is he's getting another house. So at 28, he'll have 8 houses. At 29, he'll have 9 houses. At 30, he'll have 10 houses. Congratulations to him. He's making an empire. So he's saving money that way. So again, capital gains, short-term or long-term. Rental rolls, interest income, dividends between 10% and 35%. The 5th way the Beneficial Spendthrift Trust saves you is on royalties. I don't care if you're a songwriter, you're an author, you're an NFT artist, you're NFT crypto, NFT real estate, you're going to be saving between 10% to 35% on federal taxes. Again, there's 7 different layers that you're going to save on this. But I have an artist who does a series of pictures, 1 of 100. She has seven of these pictures happening. She's selling each picture for $1,000 in the meta world. So what she's doing is the first picture is considered 1099 income. Picture number 2 to picture number 100, that is a royalty, and she's saving so much money. She's making hand over fist on her artwork. Congratulations. Someone just asked about crypto. Crypto would also be capital gains. Start saving your capital gains on your crypto. This Spendthrift Trust is legal, is patented, it is in the US Tax Code. I go live on TikTok, but I also do a Q&A Monday night, every Monday night, 8 p.m. East Coast time. Come to the Q&A, ask your questions there, or set up an appointment with me. I want you to start saving money as much as I can because I went down the rabbit hole and found out about the Spendthrift Trust. You can save money too. Again, my first real estate deal that I did was where I made $64,000. Just to give you an idea, I got to save $15,310 on that real estate deal. Now, I'm not trying to crow, but I'm also doing a bot. One of my crypto bots, I make $32.78 a day. Not a huge amount of money, but I'm saving the capital gains on that. I'm also, I don't do my own options trading. My friend does the options trading for me. I'm saving the money there. Again, my name is Sally Gimmon. The website is thetrustisyou.com. And then also my new podcast is Stop Paying Capital Gains Now. I have 14 episodes out. I've got 17 already recorded. If you listen to the podcast, please like it because the more people I get there. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on LinkedIn. If I can help you start saving money right away, please reach out to me. The website is thetrustisyou.com. Have a beautiful day. Start saving money right away. Take care. I appreciate you listening to me. Take care. Bye-bye.